Right, can I do mirrored construction? I don't know if there's a way to avoid having that stair step. That's... Those go there. Those go there. This is ridiculous. This is not a good idea in any way, shape, or form. Those need to be down there. Okay, those are last. Those are second. They're there. I don't think there's enough thrust. Our thrust, our TWR is less than 1 here, so it's not going to work. Wait a minute, that's the lowest one. No, okay. That stage, that should be the first one. So there's not enough thrust there. Can you... This is gonna seem... This is gonna seem silly. You know. But, I leave a gap there. Let's say we don't want snap-on. No, let's say we do. If I leave a gap there, leave a gap there. Can we attach? No, we can't. We don't want to do that. Hey, ground control, how are you? I'm experimenting with something that's probably stupid, but I just want to see how it works. And then we'll get back to real shenanigans. I'm doing all right, except for the fact that this rocket won't leave the ground. All right, that's easily fixed. What if we did that, and then we just did that, then we had that up there. Nope, I don't want that there. I want that there. Wait, what? Oh god, damn it! Can't remember what's where. Yeah, those are the last ones. When those disengage, I want that to fire. This stage doesn't need to be here anymore. When that disengages, You know, I don't need that in there either. Really? No, I don't have any of the DLCs. I wasn't sure I'd enjoy myself, which seems kind of silly at the moment, but just put those up there, I guess. They can all fall apart. This is probably going to explode. What now? I just want to see if this will launch. That's all I'm interested in here. If it'll launch, we've learned something about what we can and can't do. It's facing the wrong direction, but I don't really care at this point. Oh God, help us all. Oh, this is rough. This is rough. We've got torque. Hang firm, little buddies. Oh God, they're gonna shear off. I need struts if I'm gonna do this. I need struts to anchor them into the middle. Look at it go! So ineffective. Whee! Uh-oh. 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 I thought that would happen. It's too top heavy. It's bad. Yeah. SAS is like, why? Why would you do this? What? Apparently our ascent angle for right now is just whatever works. I mean, it's gonna make it to space. Ascent angle up, right? Like it's gonna get to space. It's ungainly, you know. It's a little ungainly. It's a little inelegant, you might say. It's got a lot of fuel. It has a lot of fuel. Ascent profile, yes. Mission parameters, yonder. Indeed, you'll fit in nicely here, ground control. Probably more space junk because we're already in space, but okay. Now, before we do anything silly, too late. Oh God, we're going the wrong way. That's how bad this is working out right now.
Hello.
Want to get roughly 100 on that. Whoa, what just happened? We're not gonna have enough time for our burn because we're dicking around. That'll work. That'll work nicely. Okay. Get lined up for your burn. It's a 4-minute burn, and we're only 20 seconds from the node? Whoops. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna need to have a much higher ascent profile. Extended burn indicator. What is the extended burn indicator? Ah, that would be very helpful. I mean, I do the math, but yes, that's very helpful. Start burn yesterday. All right, let's go back to the vehicle assembly bay. Yeah, if there's anything else that you see that would be a, you know, feel free. All right, am I gonna be able to get in here and like mess around while it's connected to stuff? Can we, is that helpful? Is that useful? Aim camera at a part in flight. Oh wow. There's probably a lot of stuff in there that I would benefit from. So that should keep them that way. I think the struts break free, right? When you're in motion. Oh, you know what? I really would like this to be facing east. I hate to be... There we go. Okay. Now we can launch. Perfectly rigid until separating perfectly. Nice. Yeah, I watch EJSA quite a bit. I mean, I'm not a long-time viewer, so I haven't seen a lot of his like classic Kerbal stuff. But like, I was watching him get into the Kerbal 2 early access, and that kind of made me want to try it out. So here we are. I already owned it. I kind of bounced off it the first time I tried to try it. We're lilting. We're lilting. We're lilting. Can we roll so we lilt the right direction? No? Alright, we're just gonna go this way, I guess, then? Rocket must be heavy that direction. 2 college courses in a trench coat. I feel like we're not angling the place I want to go, but that's all right. Whoa! I forgot I messed up all the decouplers. I forgot I messed with all the decouplers. All the decouplers are jacked. Well, no. Those ones should have... Is it the struts? Did I mess up the struts? Because these things took over. and it was bad. They should not have disconnected, unless because we were rotating. Maybe because we had so much rotation, they hit us. Okay. Well, I don't really want to mess with that experiment a whole lot longer. Let's go back to our actual orbiter. Now, I would like to put room for my science dudes on here. I'm curious if we just add that. What am I looking for? Is it structural? No. Why can I never figure out where this is? Why can I never remember? Oh, is it up here and I missed it again? No? Utility. I knew it was in there somewhere. Alright, so this is what we had. This is another 0.9 tons. That feels like it's cockeyed. Why is it? Excuse you. Interesting. But no. That would be... escaping orbit sideways. Is that leaning or is it just me? And if it is, how do I make it not lean? I don't think things are quite the same height. There we go. Okay, everything should be the same height now. That'll help some. Mark II-C. It's not really the orbiter though, right? Like... I guess it's officially upgraded to the Moon Crew Mark I. So let's check out our deltas here. We've got 1324, 1589. They'll be gone by then. That's the swivel engine. I guess the question is, do I need another fuel tank for that engine? I feel like I worry that it's going to get a little too unwieldy, but, you know. Wish there was just like a set to ground button. There probably is, and I just haven't found it yet, but still. Thruster weight is still fine on the first phase. We can actually have more weight in terms of just getting it up in the air. Yeah, the problem is this just isn't getting us... This just isn't getting us a lot in terms of thrust. Like, because it's not good in a vacuum. I mean, it's getting us that sort of final 832 meters of thrust. Let me look here where we're at. I've got some research built up, and I was actually kind of paralyzed on what I had next to research. So I've gone all the way up to the command module, although I guess I didn't realize that was bigger. So I'm gonna need to go into heavy rocketry or advanced construction probably to get into there. I don't know where the big parts are. But yeah, I am actually soliciting suggestions for the next research piece. I have 183. Yeah. I was definitely, Sofari can attest, I was definitely eyeballing that for a bit. I would like to build a rover, a better rover at some point that could actually go somewhere, so I was kind of eyeballing that, but if we get fuel systems, which I had been planning on, then I could get heavy rocketry. Right, because that lets you do a lot more with like wiring fuel tanks in different places and determining what priority the tanks drain in, right? Like then you don't have to just build in a straight line anymore. Like you could stack up, you could do a stack of fuel tanks or like a pyramid boosters in series. So would that be instead of using solid boosters, would that allow you to basically use like traditional engines as boosters? And you would kind of switch over to that from it? Yeah, okay. Well, let's see what we can do with this. Reliance or ideal, okay. I've been trying not to watch a lot of videos because like I don't mind talking it out with like chat, but like I figured like there's no fun if I just go online and then okay, timeout. Oh, hey, thanks. So this also begs the question, in an area where I've got two 400s, is there any reason not to just switch that out for an 800 now that I have the 800 unlocked? Like, do you have better structural integrity? Is there better structural integrity by swapping out like two 400s for an 800? Less part count is always better. Okay. So basically, we'd want to rebuild this. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to... Poo. Would probably be worth it to make sure these are on as a 4-piece if I'm going to use them that way. All right, let's just go to new and just try to rebuild this from the top down. Parachute. Whoop, excuse you. Crew cabin. Science Junior. I've got them unlocked. I have not really kind of figured out how to best make use of them for much. Start retracted. And then what do I need? I need a heat shield. Then I need a decoupler. And I need fuel tank. Give me a big boy. And a terrier. That's not what I wanted, but I can swap this out. It wasn't 3 tall, was it? It was a terrier. It was 2 terrier stages, wasn't it? I think it was 2 terrier stages. Jesus. Thing's a mountain. And then it was that again, but instead of the terrier, it was a swivel, and it was I wonder if it would help us to put these offset so that I could put my wings on the axes of flight instead of the tyranny of the rocket equation. She is a painful mistress. Okay, let's see here. Structural. Okay, so now we've got, this is basically what we had before as our moon crew Mark 1. We'll call it Mark 1A. Just for funsies. Thumper is basically 6 fleas in a stack. I see that. Now, I have a question. If you were to take, like... I can't do it because it's out here. But, like, can you make a stack of solid boosters? Or no? That blows up because the engine's there. Yeah, I think so. I answered my own question. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you can burn parts off. Okay. Those feel like they're not quite where I want them. I kind of want them centered between the wings, and I feel like they're not. Which is kind of annoying. I mean, I can try, I guess, offsetting it. floor markings are different? But that's not where I want it to go. You know what? Screw it. It's fine. It's fine. Suppose I could leave an empty seat, and then if we were able to save somebody on the way to the moon, we could grab them. I don't know what I would need an engineer for right now. I just need the scientists. I don't think I have a two-person pod. All right. Let's see if we can make this thing fly. I'm interested. Not at all certain that this is staged the way that I want. Do I want this operating from the beginning? Not that it's going to get me anything. Problem. I mean, it might be nice to have a little bit of thrust from it to maybe help steer, but I have my doubts. Those need to detach much earlier. Those need to detach much earlier, or we are going to have a problem. That needs to be... there. That needs to be there. And that should be there. I'm gonna have to do all this again because I'm doing it out here instead of in the lab. Just pretty freaking annoying. Oh, I didn't put the second set of legs on it either. If I'm gonna try to land on the moon, I need to have the second set of legs. Oh god, there's no way we're gonna land something that tall. You know what? It's fine. You know what? It's a problem for later, okay? That low enough? I don't think it is. I think it needs to be like as low as it can be. That we don't have a problem with the engine. Alright. Now I gotta fix all this staging again. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. I want it like this. I don't want that down there. I want that down there. I want this saved. Nope, not yet, because I didn't do this. Now I want it saved. Alright. Out to the old launch bay. Out to the old launcheroony. Okay. We are not exactly launching at an ideal window. Moon's in a really bad place. I'd rather be in front of the moon than as far behind it as we were. Let's go. So far, so good. That's trouble. All right. We're gonna have to find something out so that that doesn't happen quite as much. Are we squirrely on the back end? Feels like we're bendy. Feels like we're kind of bendy. I'm not gonna lie. Feels like we're kind of bendy. Oh boy. This is a hot mess. We only have one wing. Things are a little wounded. It's cool. I put the fairing on the wrong way? Why is there... Oh my god. Because I copy and pasted from up there. So there was a heat shield. There was a heat shield. And now we're going to have more space debris. Why? Stop. Takes me too long to get that sorted out. I can't. Takes me too long to get an orbital burn sorted. I never have time. Like, I feel like I never have time. We can, however... That's a decoupler. So that one seems fine. How did we end up... How did I end up with... Get that out of there. And out of there too. Okay, well that helps a little bit. Save. I am going to have a problem pretty soon with space junk. Like, the more consistently I'm getting into orbit and jettisoning phases in orbit, I'm getting space junk. And I'm going to have to figure out how to go about getting rid of the space junk. It might be a problem for a different day. I'm just saying. For now, lassoing it, I have not. I feel like I don't want to be going into orbit like just straight up. It's not junk if it's beeping. That's a very valid point. It's a very valid point. I feel like this is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna fall at launch. Why isn't there just a set to ground option? Is there? Am I stupid? Like, anyways, I feel like my ascent angle isn't great. Like, I wonder if instead of trying to do a maneuver, like, I wish this would like auto set to be at the ground level, because like it's gonna fall when I launch. I mean, maybe it doesn't have to, but I feel like it will. Okay, I guess if your thrust is high enough it won't, but oh, I am using, that's not what I want to do, but we're using way too much of that engine. But alas, like I feel like I don't have a good ascent angle, and it really annoys me. Like, this is going to be way too vertical. Like, our apoapsis is already at 90,000. Like, we're going to spend a whole bunch of thrust just trying to get momentum that's going the direction we want to go. Like, the burn time is already longer than we have. I don't know how to fix that. Well, I know there's the gravity turn, which is what I've tried to do with like tipping at 140 meters per second eastward. But I don't get anywhere out of it. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I guess. Because I can't ever get it to start leaning without freaking the hell out. And it could be a build flaw. Probably a build flaw. Like, I'm trying to go east, and I'm trying to start tipping at 140 meters per second to about 80 degrees. And by 40 kilometers... by 40 kilometers, I'm trying to be at about 45 degrees. And it still just doesn't seem to be enough. I mean, like, I've done, like, the tutorial, and I didn't have any problem with it in the tutorial. Like, I'm just not able to extrapolate what I learned into like my own creativity, like, I guess is the problem. Like, I felt like the tutorials did a really good job of explaining most of what I was trying to figure out. Like, they got me what I needed, and then all of a sudden it was like, well, I can't apply that, which has been frustrating. Like, I have a bunch of other, like, if we go back in, like, I mean, this one, where was it? I don't really know what's particularly, this one works pretty well, but it has fixed little winglets, and so it doesn't turn very well. I could replace those with better wings, but and this one, I think this is the one. No, that's not the one. This is the one I took to the moon and back. Gravity turn demands throttle control the whole way. Okay. I'll probably have to just look up a video of it. I bet Loun's got a video of it. So I'm kind of reaching the end of my creativity for the night. I can't go too late on Tuesdays because I got to get up and get my kids on the bus. Because now that I've got that fuel part, I wanna experiment with liquid boosters. I just I'm not in the headspace to basically tear down. It's been a crazy like 5 days getting to where I am now. I mean, through all these iterations, and I feel like my head's about to explode. But yeah, like if I can do sufficient 8 out of 10, do you have one you recommend better? Do you have content? Ouch. God, my back. Something's messed up down there. You don't publish your stream beyond Steam Workshop? Okay. Do you have somebody other than Loun that you would recommend? Like, do you have a video in mind? Because this is not meant as like as a blow off, but like literally, if you tried to walk me through something right now, I would just gloss over. Like, I've had a day. What are these connecting other than nothing? Can we not strut across a connection? Or can they not be that long? Are we crossing a maximum strut size? Okay. I might look him up then. Ouch. Or I'm sure he's got a clip of it or a VOD highlight that's that if people ask it a lot. But no, I'm pretty excited. We got to the moon. We did a few moon orbits. We brought back like 370 science from one trip to the moon without a scientist on board. That's mostly just EVAs. I still have 90. Do you have, like, just eyeballing this tech tree, do you have a recommendation for what to do next? Like, saving for something up here? Not that I'll necessarily do it, but, like, you know. Just, I did build a plane, and I landed a plane on the runway, so that was fun. Gonna need communications relays. Where is that at? Is that way late? Advanced construction, propulsion, and miniaturization. So we're a ways away from that. We're probably an actual moon landing away from having the science for that. Because I pretty much exhausted... I mean, I didn't take a science junior everywhere, but I've pretty much done all I can do on Kerbin, I think. Like, just thinking through the permutations of, like, EVAs and surface samples, and, like, goo and temperature barometer. I could haul the science junior around to a bunch of places and get some more, but... Is the big thing for communications relays, like, does that make it easier to, like, see the skies and plan your missions? Okay. I don't know that I have blackouts. I think I'm playing on normal, so I don't know that I am affected by blackouts. Maybe I am, but... Right, okay. Relay antennas. So I'll need advanced electrics too. Well, there's a relay antenna there. There's a basic one there. Yeah, where I may have to, like, actually watch, like, videos is, like, just wrapping my head around, like, planning dropping something in an orbit. Like, because I think I'm going to need advanced fuel systems at some point, because I think I'm going to want RCS fuel tanks for things in space that need to slide around rather than just use rocket engines. Okay. Well, so that means I've got some time to build up to it. I figure a solid trip to the moon, if we can get a lot of samples, which could be tricky because I really don't have a good pod for that. Like I don't have like a good hop and move around to different biomes lander. And I don't have a good rover. Like I don't have a way to get a rover up there unless we just flop into gigantic craft. There's an avionics hub. Oh, okay. Is that the fly-by-wire that gives everybody SAS? Then that's 160. I don't have enough for it right now. God, I wonder. Do I have, what is it? We're at day 9 for my saves. This is basically current, right? I have to go back a long way. I don't want to do that. Because I'm glad we grabbed the fuel, but now I'm kind of wishing I had grabbed this instead and saved up for the fuel. Because if I had a scientist, I could be cranking out a lot more science the next time we go to the moon. I mean, I do have the crew lander, so I could take the scientist next time if we have the crew guy. Yeah, if we land on the moon and get a surface sample, yeah. Because if I can get fly-by-wire so I don't have to take the bigger ship with the crew pod and that my scientist can do some of the piloting, then we wouldn't have to exhaust our science on the moon before aiming for Minmus, I don't think. You know, we could save some of the science on the moon for like, okay, once we've built like a lifter or some way to get a rover to the moon, I can just drive around in the rover and you know, pick up a bunch of science that I missed or something. You know, or build a better hopper for the moon, you know. It's just like a control pod and some thrusters, get up into the atmosphere, fly a bit, come back down, like. So I think to use the Mark 1-3, that's the wider base. So I think that's parts that come out of like, is that advanced construction or? Is it? It's probably I would need to get into the advanced fuel systems, so I have the adapters to use the bigger ones, so it's going to be a while before we can use that. So, although I don't know, if I can find a good system, if I can find a good two-part rover, you have adapters. If I can find a way to make a vehicle with the crew cabin work, I can just take the scientist and I don't have to worry about spending the science on the fly-by-wire. I mean, it would theoretically be easier to not have to worry about that, but... Alright, I gotta get off and get to bed. Minimalist builds. Yeah, I'm all about, like, that's what I think is the cool thing, because like you were saying, like, every ton you add requires more fuel. Like, it's not like you can do a lot of stuff with a really small ship, and you can do a lot of stuff with a really big ship. Like, if you can understand how to overcome the tonnage. So, like, that's what I'm really enjoying about it. Like, I'm not a math and science guy. Like, I'm a historian. So, like, the math behind a simulation like this is way out of my wheelhouse. But interestingly enough, I've really enjoyed playing games like this and like Oxygen Not Included, you know, because there are a lot of the, you know, there's a lot of ways to get around my lack of knowledge with the math, you know? Like, there's a lot of ways to overcome that. Is this something I can go check out? I'm kind of curious what that is. I should drive out there in the rover at some point. So, all right, let's quit. It'll save. I don't know that I've got anybody really to send y'all to. Sal, speaking of Oxygen Not Included, my friend Sal, she's playing Oxygen Not Included right now. She is a whiz. So if you have any interest in Oxygen Not Included, stick around for that. I should be back on in the morning. I don't foresee any problems. My usual schedule is weekday mornings except for Thursday, and then Tuesday and Friday night. So there's a lot of PoE on this channel, ground control, when we're at the beginning of a league, but the league's kind of late stage, winding down, so I'm not doing as much of that. So we're gonna go see Salford Sal. If you want to come along, feel free. If not, your time is your own. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to play games, share stories, make memories, build your very own legacy of gaming. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.